Welcome back, everybody. I'm your host, Johnny Freeborn. You are watching Central Valley Business. Up next, I have Emily Cameron joining us, and thank you for coming on the show, Emily.
It's awesome to be here.
You're with the Jill Stein campaign, and I'm kind of happy to hear that.
Yeah, so I'm a volunteer with the Jill Stein campaign. I had the opportunity to take a picture with her over in Philadelphia when I was at the Democratic Convention.
Very cool.
And so it's been really a great experience working with her campaign, and we're really hoping to get a good third-party push, because I think a lot of young people especially are getting kind of fed up with the two-party system, and I've seen a lot of voters register, no party or just third party in general, and you can tell there's definitely a tangible sensation in the air that something new needs to happen. And so, yeah, it's been really fun.
Wonderful. And she's with the Green Party? Am I right?
Yeah, she's with the Green Party, and so I am now. I was when I was going for Bernie and volunteering for Bernie. I was with the Democrats, but I'm also with the Green Party now as well. And I'm on the Fresno County Election Observer Panel on behalf of the Green Party, and I've also been working very much with election integrity issues, and Progressive Democrats of America has been really like a pioneer in that front. And so even though I am a Green, we're working, it's a multi-party kind of effort to fix the election process in America. And before the primary, I just turned 23. I'm very, I was sort of ignorant on these things, but before the primary, I didn't realize how deeply flawed the system is, and I'm a journalist by trade, and so I have an article in Community Alliance at FresnoAlliance.com about election integrity issues in Fresno County, like with our registrar of voters. And so one of the biggest things is, people sort of assume that we're totally fine, and only, those states like Florida or Ohio have those, big newsworthy election moments that are kind of questionable. But California also, we have quite a few issues. Like in Fresno County, we actually have this thing called the 1% manual tally. And so in California, all 58 counties, you're supposed to select 1% of the voting precincts and do like an audit of all of the ballots. And it is a good law, and we're very, we like having that law because you check the ballots by hand and you compare them to what the machines say. And so obviously if you count them and it turns out different than what the machines are telling you, then the machines have been messed with or they're incorrect. There's some stuff going on. And but actually in Fresno, when I went to a conference about election protection in Richmond on like October 8th, I realized how bad Fresno was, because we started talking to these lawyers and these activists and these computer scientists about all of the stuff that we've been dealing with in Fresno, and they just start gasping in horror. And we're like, oh dear, okay, Fresno must not be that good. The 1% tally is supposed to be chosen. You're supposed to pick the 1% of those precincts after the election, but in Fresno, they did it 2 months before. So that would be like, when I was in high school, we would have like the drug dogs come in a classroom one day, and they say, okay, everybody in this classroom, you get up and go, and the drug dogs would sniff, and it would be like if you told those students 2 months ahead, there's going to be drug dogs sniffing your backpacks in this classroom on this day. So it's sort of pointless then, because then all the kids would know, okay, just don't bring your drugs and your backpack on that day. It's kind of the same thing. So
it's sounding the alarm on the accountability that's about to take place.
So it's kind of now a little bit pointless to do a review of how the machines are working, because they've known for 2 months which machines are going to be audited. And we're working really hard in trying to fix this issue with Brandy Orth, our Fresno County Registrar of Voters, and I've been working with, like Progressive Democrats of America, like I said, and they're actually a national organization, and they're interested in what's happening in Fresno. And even the Democratic Party is concerned because there are lots of races right now that are very close. Like I know Emilio Huerta, and he's running for Congress against Valadeo, and if it comes down to a very small, percentage to flip an election, and this could be a problem, especially when you're talking about flipping the House, to get a Democratic majority. So there are a lot of races now that are very, very close, and this issue, we're hoping to resolve it because, election is on Tuesday, so we're getting pretty close now.
Wowzers, it's down to the wire, and most people don't pay attention to local politics and congressional races and the Senate, and unfortunately that's kind of where the power is going to reside. Even whoever we pick for the next president. And I think a lot of people, they're kind of just irritated or tired of the election because it's been going on with the presidential stuff for so long, and I understand that, but even if you don't really want to vote for a presidential candidate, or if you feel kind of disappointed, I really encourage everybody to go vote, because there's so many things on the ballot that are other than the president. I mean, we have like 17 ballot measures in California, and other states don't have ballot measures. So we should be pretty fortunate, that we have a say in what goes on in our some of the
in our
progress,
society.
or saying no to that progress.
Yeah,
We're
so
not
you
doing
have
that.
a voice, and so I also just want to encourage everybody, if you want to observe the ballot counting, because you can. I mean, and I did that after the June primary. You're allowed to go in there and watch them count the ballots. You just go in, and so in June, me and my little group of ballot counting amigos, we all we're the only ones in there, and it's amazing that people just don't care, and you don't know what's happening behind closed doors. So if you are interested, they usually are counting at the warehouse on 4525 East Hamilton, south of the fairgrounds. And you can come on in, you get a little badge, and you watch what they're doing, and it's kind of cool. You get to see how all of those ballots are processed, and it's actually a very educational experience.
Yeah, there needs to definitely be some people overseeing that process.
Oh, yeah,
and, man, you're in a county where you have distrust in the governmental process, so therefore you show up. How many counties are there people trusting their governmental process, and then there's so much
I know,
tinkering going on behind the scenes?
Yeah, in San Diego County, they have the Registrar of Voters. His name is Michael Vu, and in Ohio in 2004, he was responsible for one of the counties that kind of cost them the presidential election. And members of Michael Vu's staff in Ohio, they went to prison for tampering with elections, and Michael Vu got off scot-free. And so he's in San Diego County right now, and it's kind of terrifying, So if you don't pay attention, then this is how stuff like that gets, in our system.
So show up, vote, make sure you stay afterwards, and watch your ballot.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Emily, for coming on the show. Anything else you'd like to share about the Jill Stein campaign?
Oh, yeah, we're doing really great work with the Jill Stein campaign, and actually tomorrow, if you want to come to Courthouse Park at noon on, tomorrow's Friday, correct? Yes, tomorrow's Friday. So we're going to there's a No Dakota Access Pipeline rally, and if you want any Jill Stein materials, I will be there. I'll give you a sticker. Just look for me and my green hair, and you'll find me.
All right. Thank you so much for coming on again.
Yeah,
we'll be right back.
Thank you so much.